Hey, yo, what's poppin', man? We back with another one, not like the other one. You know what I'm saying? And I got the man, the unofficial mayor. You know what I'm talking about? The OG, man,
Yeah,
Orlando Graham. What's
yeah.
going on, man?
Man, OG. I'm literally OG. I'm Orlando Green. Just got me a real OG from real Fairfield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Going to pick it up today.
yeah,
Feel good about being OG.
yeah. So, can you tell us a little about your childhood, where you was born?
Well, I was born right here in Vallejo at Vallejo General,
Okay.
and then I think we stayed in the Crest for a couple of years until we moved out to Oakland. So that was the early 70s. We moved out to Oakland and then moved back to Vallejo in 78 when we bought our house. And I've been here ever since, right here in the Crest.
So, how was it growing up in the Crest? In what, the 70s or the 80s? 70s.
So I'm gonna say it was it was nice. It was it was family oriented or whatever the name is, but it was that family. It was that family feeling, and you know everybody cared for everybody, and you was always outside. You was always doing stuff. You know, the neighbors watched out for the kids, and everybody was just having a good time in them days.
So with you being called the unofficial mayor of Vallejo, when you hear that, the unofficial mayor, what does that mean to you?
So really, it just means to me that people are recognizing that I care about my city, and not to put it as a mayor of what the mayor has to do or anything like that. Is that I give back to my community and I care about my city. So I think everybody just look at what I do and just say, man, you really should be the mayor. And I'm like, well, the mayor is a different responsibility in what I do. I come out here to service our kids. That's what the first thing on my mind is, to bring back some of the things from my childhood that I really enjoyed, like being outside, and different things like that. And one of the things I say is, I like to get outside and I like to get them out of Vallejo. But for me, being something like a mayor, it's like, nah, I'm not that. I'm not a politician. I'm nothing like that. But I am a person that cares about my community, and that's why we got so many different programs out here. Yeah, I think that's what it is. The programs. It's a lot of programs that we don't discuss and we still doing. So me being people saying I'm the mayor is because they see what I do. It's not what we promote. They see exactly what we're doing over here at the Boys and Girls Empowerment Group.
So you mentioned moving to Oakland. When you moved to Oakland, at what age was you?
Yeah, I probably was 2 years old or something.
Okay.
So I probably only stayed there maybe 6 years or something. Came back when I was 9.
Yeah.
And then I've been in the Crest ever since. I mean, I grown now. I moved out of the Crest, but I'm back in the Crest, and I'm got the organization in the Crest. Still rebuilt the house over there that we had in 2014 on on the block, and then I just keep on going.
Hmm.
I ain't going nowhere. House paid for.
What was life like growing up in those years? Like the late 70s, early 80s. Was it did you come from a single parent home? You have both your parents. What was it like? Was it rough?
Mm, I never wanted for nothing. I had both my parents.
Mhm.
Both my parents up until I think I left California in '84, and it was because of the things that I was doing. Not doing my schoolwork, fighting at school, and different things like that. It was nothing had to do with the single parent stuff because I think my mom and dad split up after I moved to Mississippi, but I only stayed a couple years. Came back 86, 85.
So you mentioned being down south, Mississippi. How did your southern roots have any play any part of your upbringing in Vallejo, how it shaped you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did because down there they're big on respect. It's yes sir, yes ma'am, you know, and they big on respect. And I learned a lot of respect there, you know. So when you see me and I'm respecting people, I'm trying to respect people, and it's all coming from there because when you talk to a woman, you say yes, ma'am. When you talk to a man, you say yes, sir, and you just constantly using those words and constantly using those words until it's embedded in you, and then you like, man, this is how it's supposed to be. I know at one point, I had stopped doing it once I got back to California, but then as I grew out, I just started saying yes, yes, sir. Stop cussing in front of women and different things like that because it was a respect thing. And everything that I learned out there was valuable. And, you know, like I tell kids now, man, you absorb everything that people are telling you, no matter what age they are, whoever they are, whatever it is, just absorb it and use it when you can. And I think I absorbed that and I used it when it was relevant and necessary.
Was there a turning point or like a key moment that happened to made you be like, man, I'm done with this life, as far as like the street life or whatever?
Mm, I don't know. I don't think, I mean, my street life, I mean, I'm still street, you know what I'm saying? But I think just getting with, maybe 19 years old, 20 years old, needing community service hours, and Foster Hicks was running the baseball field down in North Vallejo. And I was like, man, let me get these hours rolled off. He was like, yeah, meet me at the field. And I got to the field about 8 o'clock in the morning. I followed him around for a few minutes. Said, man, just sign the paper. I got to go. I got to go. He took the paper from me. He said, just follow me. And he just looked at me and said, here, this your team. I said, nah, I didn't come down here for that. I came down here to get the paper signed. He said, you want your paper signed? This is your team. So I took a minor league team at the time of being a manager. And so I had to be a manager of that team and, you know, just to get my hours signed out. And then I liked it, so I just started doing it and doing it. And then I think that was a turning point where I just started doing stuff for kids. And it took me a long time because I know I did baseball for some years. Then I went over to Hogan, started helping them coach the basketball, did a freshman team for a little while, helping with the JVs. We was going to Vegas with the kids for tournaments. I went to Tahoe. I had some kids up there at basketball camps that I stayed and did by myself. And this is in my 20s. And as the things start going on, my son getting older and he has kids coming by the house. We had basketball courts and stuff. I remember taking 15, 20 kids to the All-Star game. They had like little games and different things like that you could take them to. I took the kids out there and did some stuff with them. Then I started that basketball tournament about 98. I named it after my father after he passed away, about 99. And then that really just solidified me being this person who I am. You know, and I still was active in the game and stuff, but I still had that love for the kids. I never brought what I was doing around the kids, you know, and that's one of the reasons why even when we did the Easter for maybe 10 years before I even thought about getting a nonprofit because I didn't want nobody to say, oh, he filtering his money trying to do this with the kids and all this. No, this is what I do. And I'm working, I'm doing everything. I'm taking my money and spending on the kids and different things like that. So that just me getting to be getting the kids liking me and different things like that, and people recognizing me for being this community man, that could have been the changing point of my life to make me straighten up and stuff like that because I always been doing this kind of stuff.
What do you think people misunderstood about those that come from quote unquote that life?
Uh, I think they misunderstand that people are not just doing this to cover up what their life is. You know, like people that's getting into this life now, it's like they put that bad stuff behind them, that past life behind them, and now trying to move on with their life. And for me, is doing what God's plan was. I wear a shirt and it said God's plan. I feel like I'm the plan, and I'm putting my other life to the side, and I'm fulfilling the plan out. The plan was for me to get out here and tackle as many kids and save as many kids as I can, and that's what I'm doing. And I remember telling somebody, I'm putting Vallejo on my back, and I'm trying to save these kids. Now we just got to have somebody come and say, like, I got yourself, you know, Neek, Selena, all these people are coming and saying, no, you're not going to put this on your back. We're going to help you. So it took the load off so I can open up and do more things, like the food program, you know. I never wanted to do a food program. Nadine started this food program. And once Nadine started the food program, and then when we kind of separated a little bit, I kept going with the food program. Not because I wanted to, it was because we were known for it, and I didn't want to throw it away. We need this food program here in North Vallejo. So yes, let's do this food program. So even with that food program, I mean, I might go pick up the food, I might put in some orders and stuff, but Mel came in and stepped up and said, "Man, I'm gonna take this off your back." So now Mel was doing that. You know, you over here, you taking care of the kids. You doing the stuff with the kids. Uh, Essex, Selena, they running around chasing the money. Meek, she over here helping out unhoused. She helping people with Pampers, different things like that. Terrell get up. He's helping people with the furniture and different items that they need for their house and stuff. And that's the thing that you know, we don't put it out there that we help people with furniture and stuff. Our phones will never stop ringing because it's always going to be the greedy people. It ain't going to be the needy. It's going to be the greedy. You know, I know somebody called me the other day, said somebody needed something. Just so happened we got it. They wasn't even on the list probably. But we made sure we got them because they needed it. And when we walked in that house and they don't have nothing, that's our reward.
Yeah.
We don't post it. We ain't gonna post it. We ain't gonna talk about none of that stuff because we don't capitalize our people downfall. But this is one of the best things I could do. That's what's probably keeping me alive, helping people.
Looking back now, how have your past changed the way that you lead and connect with people?
So even in my past, I always was a leader, but now I'm a leader in a different way. It's what I would say. I never would have thought I would work with the DA on projects and what I'm saying, and different things like that to help the community. I never thought the police would be in my office and helping and moving stuff around for the community. I never thought the sheriff would be coming down here doing the same thing and putting money into my organization and things like that, helping me grow to the next level. And I'm like, this is probably the best thing in the world could happen. In my mind, I think that I know we have problems with the police and stuff, but in my mind is, hey, let's put that to the side. Let's get these police around these kids, and if they know these kids, they won't be out here shooting these kids. They get out here in the public and they start talking to us and start mingling with everybody, and you get to know people, they won't probably shoot them later. If you know the people, if you know the criminals coming up, and you interact with them while they're coming up, you'll be able to talk to them instead of doing different things like shooting them and beating them up and different things like that. You'll know who you're dealing with, and that's what we need, because there'll be some kind of sympathy there if you know them. So that's what I'm on.
Is there any relation between you and Mr. Philmore Graham?
Yeah, Mr. Philmore Graham, he was a mentor. Even though I tell people like, no, no, it's not my father, no, no relationship, family relationship, but growing up and being in the boys club, and you know what I'm saying, and hearing what he had to say, and that's one of the things I said. I didn't use it at the time, but now I'm using it. You know what I'm saying? I stored it in my head, and I understood what he said, and I understood then, but I didn't use it. Now I'm over here using it. And that's why his picture is on my wall, because I learned a lot of stuff from him. You know what I'm saying? Even though it took me a while to start putting it into play, now I'm putting it into play, and now I'm looking at what he's doing. So yeah, yes, I want to go to the college tour. Yes, I want to take the kids to the basketball game. Yes, I want to do all this stuff. I'm not being strenuous like we were doing the book reports and stuff like that, but yes, these are the things that we want to do. The Continental Honors up there, he's up here on the wall, and when the kids come in here and ask, I need to tell them he's a legend. He's a legend in our town and probably other towns, because he sent thousands of kids to college.
25 years. Um, what keeps you going after all this time?
I think it's the kids. The kids they keep me going, because when I walk outside, I don't care if I'm recognized by anybody else. Them kids recognize me, and they talk about the program. They talk about what they've done with us. Oh, remember we went fishing? I caught a fish with you. They get to tell me some first time stories about themselves. And I talked to Mr. Jones, and I said, Mr. Jones, you got so many kids. You went from Solana with us to Hogan to being an educator to Willie B. Atkins, doing all this stuff. And he said, I enjoy those moments. I said, I'm starting to enjoy those moments. I haven't been doing it as long as them, but I'm enjoying those moments of the kids recognizing who I am, and I'm Uncle Lando, and I'm doing stuff to improve in their lives. That right there is keeping me going. When I get a smile, if I could save one kid, man, I'd be happy. And that's what I've been doing, trying to save them one kids.
You do events every major holiday, Easter to Christmas, summer camps, fishing trips, after school programs, and everything is free. How do you pull that off?
And I I really don't know. But most of it comes from the hood. It's coming right here from the hood. When I tell the people that I need something, they come together. I know for the summer thing, we usually almost 40 grand. And I think we did it this year with, I think, 15 or 20,000. But it's people coming in here saying they don't want to get paid for what they're doing. That's what's going on. The workers don't want to get paid. They want to just help the kids. You got you got people saying, man, just hit me up for 200 every 2 weeks. Then you got your friends. You got the Hannies, the Tanisha, all of them donating their cars, their vans, their sprinters, saying, you could use my sprinter my sprinter for all your field trips. That takes away everything. That takes away the transportation. Tanisha came up and said, you can use my van for the summer. It's just going to sit here. You're doing something with these kids. Take my van. That took off a big thing. And then we just put the rest together, and we just paying for gas, and then we taking our field trips. You know, it's everybody as a community coming together because they know what we're doing and they know we're doing some right stuff. So that's what's keeping it together and that's what's going. And the donations is coming in. I don't care if it's $5, $10. Them donations coming in and we're putting our money to our kids. So we know everybody know when they give us some money, they get their money going to the kids. Like we just got somebody just called me and said, "How you want a donation? You want a cash or you want this?" I said, "Can you Zelle it to us? Zelle it to our account."
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking 40, $50. They Zelle 300.
Yeah.
You know, another person hit me. He said, "Man, it's the end of the year. I need to donate some money or I'm gonna have to give it to Uncle Sam." Bam. I said, "Well, you can donate to us, hit it on the line. No, too much for the online." Man, he wrote us a check for $4,000.
Mm.
And I'm like, whoa, man, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, well, appreciate this. You know, your money is going towards these kids. And yes, you know, and like we did the fishing trip last weekend. Everybody, man, you didn't tell me you was going fishing. And I told you the other day, I said, well, we had a shipment of food come in. We didn't tell nobody we had a shipment of food come in. We're doing something here every month. Every week we're doing
Yeah.
something. If it's a food or whatever it is, something with the kids on Monday with the workforce program with Raina, whatever it is, we're doing something every month. So we shouldn't have to tell nobody that we're going fishing. We shouldn't have to tell nobody we got food. We shouldn't have to tell nobody about the trunk or treat, the holiday thing that I ain't told nobody about, you know, the health fair on the 25th of November, the health fair on December 19th. We're teaming up with Touro University. I shouldn't have to tell everybody, well, I should have to tell everybody about that, but everybody know the Christmas event coming up, they're going to be at the Christmas event for sure because they know they're getting gifts. It should be people saying, like we already have people, so I'm not complaining, that's giving us toys right now. So we might got toys for 1,000 kids right now. So we might got toys for 1,000 kids. And we're working every day to get these toys. We not uh stopping on December 26th. We start for next year to get toys. So when we're doing stuff, if you feel like you want to be a part of this, be a part of everything. You know, I say I put a lot of pressure on y'all because I'm picking out something every month. I want to do something every month. I want to do Black History Month. I want to do Easter. Easter's big. I want to do uh, summer camp, safety day, back to school. Back to school ain't even mine. Sean, that's yours. And I was telling, you know, you already see what I said. I said, man, I don't need no credit for something that ain't mine. Put your name up there, and then we're we're
Partner.
gonna be supporting you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's supposed to be. I don't need credit for nothing because we're already out there, our name is out there, and we're doing our thing. So let's make sure everybody come up with us. You know, you see, I say, put their name on the flyer, put their name on the flyer, you know. But now we on the page, we're gonna make you work to get on the flyer. We're not finna just put names on the flyer. So when y'all asking me to put y'all name on the flyer, it goes through a team of people and they the ones gonna make sure the names get on the flyers or whatever, you know. But I don't. I'm. It's too much. But that 25 years, I have fun. I have fun doing this, and I love doing this stuff. So that's why we're doing it.
What would you say your biggest challenge in keeping the Boys and Girls Empowerment Group running with it being 100% community funded?
We need more money. We got to have more money. I say we got to have more money is because the overhead is about $5,000 a month. You know, I'm working with my landlords now, you know what I'm saying? But none of us get paid here. It's time for us to start getting paid, you know. And and that's what I've been working hard for. I want us to get paid. Even if it ain't me, I want y'all to get some kind of compensation to where, and I know even when I give out the little stipends in the summertime, $500 or whatever, y'all don't even complain. So I know if we can get some funding coming in, a little bit of funding here and there, it's gonna run smoother. I think it'll run smoother. It'll give people that extra incentive. I already have my incentive. If it's up to me, I'll be in here every day doing stuff, you know, but that's gonna make us run a little better. The money gotta come. And we pushing for it. It's coming.
How do you stay grounded and keep the faith when things get tough and the funding gets tight?
So every time I do an event, it always be it was like I know one time it was like, man, we don't have the money, we need to cut something back. And I always say, nah, we never had the money. And God always provides. And I don't know what happens. To me, it's a miracle. The miracle happens and just keep coming. And I just keep my faith in God because God is, man, he done brought me this far. So when you bring me this far, you know what I'm saying, from being a hood person to this community person, I just think that everything's gonna work out. Even with the money and different things like that, you know, it's gonna work out somehow. It's been working out for this many years. We done had this building, 4 years, and it's been working out. So now I think it's just gonna go into place.
In a city like Vallejo, where so many people know your name and your face, what do you want your legacy to be?
Just the legacy I'm trying to leave is that I was here for the kids, not just Crest kids, any kid. Because I know I tell everybody, I think every kid in the world is mine. And I pride myself on every kid, not just this kid. So I'm trying to reach the other kids on the other side of town. You know, if we had a more neutral spot to bring all the kids from Vallejo, I think it'd be a better program. I always wanted a big brother, big sister program so we can mentor these kids. And that's what we're doing. We reached out this time and we took some kids fishing that wasn't from the north. So that was a big plus this year. You know, we didn't just take Crest kids, we took other kids from other sides of town and it worked out. And it was real cool. So that's what I want my legacy to be, that I helped all the kids in Vallejo, not just the Crest kids.
What advice would you give to a young man that is going down the same path you once did?
So what I say is, you know, that's a long way. That's a long way to go. You don't really want to go that long route. Man, I mean, I'm not the person that went to jail and all that stuff. I mean, I did 6 hard months, you know, and that was good enough for me because I don't like people telling me what to do and different things like that. But I would say do it right the first time, you know, and sometimes right is hard too. But if you do it the right way, you're going to come out maybe a lot sooner. Like me doing this later in my years, you'll come out sooner being successful, you know, and I consider myself successful right now.
How do you balance being a mentor, a community leader, and just being you, Orlando Graham, the father, grandfather, brother, family man?
Man, it's hard. It's hard. because my heart is in my community, and I love my grandkids. I love them, and they know it. So, and I try to spend as much time as I can with them. If it's going to the football game, for the high school game at Vandy, if it's going to flag football, whatever it is, just trying to be in their life and, making sure they go fishing with us and different stuff like that. Just, I think I try to mix it in a little bit with them coming here and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'm doing all right. I don't know. Some of my kids say I need to stop doing what I'm doing here and just relax. But I am relaxed. I'm more relaxed than ever because I have more people doing some things. So, but I think it's a cool balance. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't. My kids might say something different and shit. But I think it's a good balance.
If you could say one message to the entire city of Vallejo right now, what would it be?
We need to get a hold of our kids. We need to get a hold of our kids, and we need to come together somehow so we can stop this violence and different things like that because it's getting out of control, Vallejo. And well, I am going to start another group, start trying to get to the leaders of the hoods and then trying to make something come together,
Mm.
you know, so we can stop this crime and do different things like that, and mend Vallejo back to each other, back together, because that's what we got to do. So let's buckle down. Let's start taking care of our kids. Let's put effort into the kids. And if you need help with your kids, we're here to help. It's a lot of mentors out there that's here to help. And I'm not just saying that, I'm here for every kid. So if y'all need my help, let me know. I'm on there. And we'll bring a whole bunch of mentors and we can just get it together.
When you finally take a day off, if that ever happens, what's going to be your way, your go-to way to relax?
I'm going to take a day off. I'm going to Long Beach to a gun violence conference with CSSJ. And we about to have a meeting in a minute. So, But no, I'm thinking about just going to taking a cruise to Mexico or something, you know, probably before Thanksgiving or going somewhere just to relax. I don't want to go gamble and nothing like that, Vegas or Reno and nothing. I just want to go sit down and do that. Probably go to somewhere. I might go back to Hawaii. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dope. Well, man, I appreciate you sitting down with me, giving me some of your time. Appreciate everything you do
Thank
in the
you.
community, outside of the community, throughout the city of Vallejo as a whole. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. And if you ever need anything, need me, you know how to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
We out.
We out.
Yada.
We out. We out. Yarra.
Yada TV.
Yarra TV.